most respected principal of Government Law College of Kozhikode, Dr. N. Krishna Kumar, sir. My learned colleague and principal, Dr. N. Kayalvudi, Mr. Tejas Purushothaman, advocate and President, Law and Justice Research Foundation, State Chapter. Ms. Sissy Joseph, Assistant Professor. Ms. Jomol, the Coordinator of Teachers Development Program. The Vibrant Assistant Professor, Mr. Shafi Morgan. Mr. Abhijit, Assistant Professors. All faculty members of the Kozhikode, Trivandrum, Cochin Government Law Colleges. Our best student, Ms. Leslie Panavilla. And ladies and gentlemen, very good morning to one and all assembled here. At the outset, I appreciate each and every members and office bearers of Law and Justice Research Foundation, because when I see the object for its incorporation and functions, I really wondered that some young blood in the field of law are serving for promotion of basic constitutional legal literacy and spread constitutional legal awareness to enlighten the objectives of the constitutional laws among the general public by conducting study classes, legal workshops, and legal awareness campaigns. Further, they want to establish and administer institutions including libraries to promote legal education and to conduct social audit regarding the impact of laws on society, including the importing of legal awareness and legal aid programs. Really marvelous. Once they are capable to achieve this, then this organization will definitely be known, not only in India, but also everywhere. My best wishes to that association. When I had a talk with the Assistant Professor, Mr. Shafi Morgan, he requested me to share my teaching experience as lecturer, assistant professor, associate professor, professor, and principals of different colleges, and to suggest how the law teaching would be, and to tell.
Sir, we have lost you. Sandosh, sir.
Sir?
Let him join. By that time, I think you can speak about the conduct of the program.
All right. Sure, sir. Yeah, sir is back with us.
Right?
Yes, sir. You are audible.
Yes, no doubt. Teaching is an art. Everyone can be a teacher. Everyone cannot be a teacher. And every teacher cannot be a good teacher. And even if he has become a good teacher, he need not be an outstanding teacher. And even if he has become an outstanding teacher, he need not be a successful teacher. And even if he happened to be a successful teacher, how many students will agree that? Why this confusion to describe a good teacher? Then who will be the fit law teacher? How he should be? How can be a successful teacher with a good certificate for majority students? Where everything revolves. From my own experience, let me tell you that a human being who is having passion to become teacher alone can become a good teacher. Because nowadays, anyone can become a teacher if they have money. Once they become a teacher, they will become a fifth wheel of a coach by which every student should bear. And every administration should bear him till his retirement. You all would have witnessed many people like this. At times, even senior teachers are also coming under this category. Hope you may agree with me. Let us discuss about a good teacher. You may be knowing that teaching requires skill and talent. In-depth skill and multifaceted talents alone will take a teacher to an ivory tower. Of course, skill can be acquired through extensive education, but talent shall not be acquired. It should be inborn, which reflects in their own passion to become a teacher. You would have read many articles about the teachers and their qualities. It may say that teachers should be strong communicators, teachers should be good listener, teachers should have a quality of adaptability, teachers should always empathetic, teachers must be a man of patience, teachers should be a lifelong listener, teachers should be enthusiastic personality, teachers should have the quality of creativity, teachers should have the quality of leadership, etc., etc., etc. So, let me not describe about all, but it is my duty to mention certain aspects in order to understand how to become a good law teacher. Certain essential qualities of a teacher we cannot ignore also. To prove that he must be a complete teacher. If he wants to be a complete teacher, he must have that quality 100%. A good law teacher should develop the confidence level of the student. Simply teaching is not sufficient. A good teacher should control the classroom effectively. A good teacher must go to the classroom with good preparation. He should set up a high expectation from the part of the students. He should create a critical reflection on the part of the student, which will take the students to another level. Adopting different strategies while teaching also in another quality for a teacher. So, a good law teacher should have these fundamental qualities. When Mr. Shafi Mohan asked me to share my experience as a teacher in my first class in the year 1988, that too in my 26 years and 3 months age, I was assigned with taking administrative law for the final year 3-year course students. Class full of men and women, numbering nearly 110 with no age bar. You may not be knowing. My learned colleague, Dr. Calvi, may be knowing that the situation prevailing in law colleges in Tamil Nadu. Yes, the total number of students inside the class will be 110, 120, 130 at times, which consisted of combination of idiots and skilled, incorrigible, and politicians like present-day member of parliament or ministers. How to handle the class? Could you hear me?
Yes, sir, you're audible.
Am I audible?
Yes, sir, you're
Yes,
audible.
yes, audible.
Thank you. Thanks to Cochin University Science and Technology Department of Law for giving me courage to withstand before them. Thanks to stalwart professors like Professor Leela Krishnan, Professor K.M. Chandrasekharan Pillai, Professor A.M. Varghese, Professor A. Chandrasekharan, and many more for providing me good legal knowledge. So, no dearth of skill, no deficiency in language, no setback in courage, no shortcomings in class control, no setback in nada, no indecency in dress, of course in full suit, no deficiency in bhavana. Still, I did not know how to attract the students. Still, I did not know how to develop their confidence. Still, I did not know how to set their high expectations. Still, I did not know how to set heavy critical reflection on that subject. Of course, I did not know how to adapt different strategies. There was a big setback of law teaching, I realized. But I have equipped with all within a very short span of time and has become a successful teacher. A witness is with you all. Yes, your keynote speaker, Dr. Kyle Willie, to whom you can verify. Why I am telling all these things is, it should be the bounded duty of the teacher to equip all the qualities mentioned specifically for the teaching community. He is not supposed to stand before the students by telling that I am a teacher like that. Unless and until he acquires good qualities, he is unfit to be the teacher. Ladies and gentlemen, law teaching cannot be equated with the other type of teaching because it requires analytical method of analyzing the facts, laws, and regulation. It requires clinical approach. It requires practical approach. It requires participatory approach. It requires inquisitive approach. It requires assiduous approach. Even it requires diligent approach. Even it requires painstaking approach. It requires industrious approach. It requires contentious approach. See, you're all simply telling that one can become a teacher. These are all the matters involved in it. Unless and until they acquire all these type of approaches, he cannot be a complete teacher. Therefore, all the law teachers should develop all these type of qualities as early as possible to become a successful teacher. When we analyze the opportunities in law teaching, I'm sure that one can compete with the global standards of law teaching. Yes, our law teaching is mainly based on the normal class taking, that is lecture method, wherein we will vomit whatever we have, whatever we studied, whatever we have seen, only that much. But international law teaching is different. As I previously mentioned, their teaching will definitely be centered around all those type of approaches and techniques. So, the opportunities available to the law teachers, if you keenly watch, they can compete with the global standards of law teaching. That opportunity is first. Number two, we can attain technical and technological advancement. That is the need of the hour. The world is progressing like anything in a greatest speed. So, it is the duty of the teacher to go along with that. Then only the younger generation will come up. So, the technical and technological advancement for which the teacher can concentrate, and accordingly he can acquire. That is an opportunity for the teaching community. He will definitely earn the quality of self-learning in a greater extent. Yes, a teacher should always be a reader. So, as a result of which, the self-learning aspects also will definitely improve. That is another opportunity in law teaching. He can make self-assessment of himself to know where he is academically. Yes, that will always take place. One should always ask that where you are. Directly you have to ask, no other way to go. He can also assess the practical developments in the field of law. That is another opportunity he is getting. As far as an advocate is concerned, he can go ahead with that facts of the case and allied law related to that. And the precedents available in that will be within the four walls. As far as teachers are concerned, it is not so. He will move on to all the domains, all areas. So, the practical developments, he can acquire it very easily compared to others. A good teacher will definitely come across recent international developments which are taking place in various aspects of legal developments. He also can set advanced comparative study also. That is need of the hour now. A teacher cannot remind himself within his domain and do anything. No, he has to go out and he must compare with the laws of other very many countries. Then only he can have a firm conclusion in that particular aspects. The possibilities of faculty exchange programs with advanced legal with institutions, including foreign law schools, are also possibilities. Yes, they can go and others can come, and accordingly they can exchange their views by which they can enrich themselves in a greater speed. Then he can self-equip to greater extent to enhance his own personality, academic activities, research skill, talents, passion, devotion, and determination. All these areas wherein he can equip to the maximum as long as he remains in the profession of law teaching. So therefore, like that, he can greatly come across a critical aspect of legislations and interpretation of judgments also. That is also a liberty on the part of the teachers to do. No one in this earth can criticize the judgments openly, but the teaching community is having every right to dissect all the judgments within the four walls along with the students and researchers. So these are all the opportunities available to a teacher to enrich himself to the maximum. And the last area called the challenges in the legal education by the law teachers. Nowadays, qualified law teachers and research attitude among the law teachers are lacking. That is the biggest problem. We don't get qualified teachers. Qualified teachers, I mean, the teachers endowed with all qualities. We'll get teachers, that is different. With the qualities, if we get teachers, the institution will be definitely be enriched, no doubt at all. And the research aptitude also lacking. They may simply come and go. They may simply do something in the name of research, that's all. Good teachers and researchers in law schools are not sufficiently available, that has been seen, for imparting better education in law, including clinical legal education. However, because of poor incentives to the young talents, do not prefer to choose teaching as a profession. And those may switch over to the sometimes advocacy or sometimes legal advisors to many companies and other things, other establishments. So it is a present problem. We are not getting good teachers with good qualities and with good research aptitude. Secondly, the teaching methodology should be upgraded. Yes, majority legal institutions are always depending only the lecture method of teaching. No, we all may be knowing that the concentrating power of the human being will last at the maximum 5 to 10 minutes. Immediately we will start to think about other things. So now it is the right time to think about that. The combination of lecture method, case study method, and Socrates methods, along with the tutorials and other modern techniques of imparting legal education, such as PowerPoint presentation, audio-visual demonstrations, video conferencing, etc., have to be adopted. Instruction by lecture has to be limited. New methods can help to sharpen critical thinking skill and ability to distinguish between subtle underlying principles of certain areas. Thirdly, there is a need for original and path-breaking approach in the field of legal research to create a new legal research environment. Cut and paste era has to be vanished. Depiction of others' view has to be discontinued. Agencies to do the research work has to be identified and punished. Valuation of research documents have to be revamped. That is also a need of the hour. Nextly, established law teachers must be trained in specialized field also. That is also another challenge. They are all discharging their duties after reading some books and some journals, finishing. No, That is not sufficient. International trade practice, in the sense, legal research, wherein there is specialized field. Legal research requires specialized field knowledge. They must have international trade practices, comparative law, conflict of law areas, international human rights law, environmental law, gender justice area, space law, biomedical law, bioethics areas, international advocacy, etc. They must also acquire a requisite knowledge of foreign laws like American, French, German, Chinese, and Japanese law. For instance, in South Korea, in the last 10 years, the curriculum has been expanded to include not only above subjects, but also international business, international contracts, international civil procedures, and laws of England, America, France, and Germany. See how they have codified their own syllabus. So another challenge in law teaching, if we see, lack of good command over spoken and written language, lack of effective oral skills and diction, and lack of extensive reading habit among the teachers. These are all the challenges actually. This has to be inculcated among the teaching community as early as possible. Nowadays, law teachers lack good intellectual ability and, if at all available, the ability to assimilate and analyze the facts quickly are lacking. So, this must also to be improved sharply. Another challenge is lack of career development opportunities within the law schools. We may have good institution. We may say that institution is excellent, but when you go inside the institution, many things will come out where the teaching community will serve as a slave, serve without having any technological support or anything. So, development of research infrastructure, including the resources to undertake serious research, have to be ensured. Freedom to organize and participate in national and international conferences. Ensure the governance of law schools in a transparent fashion, and above all, develop faith in the leadership of the institution or needed, or the need of them. That is, we may work under our principal, but principal may not have good faith on the teachers, or the teachers may not have faith on the principal. So when once that head is not in support of the subordinates, their life will be monotonous, and their discharge of their skill will be mechanical. So it has to be changed by all means, no other way to go. So general policy of the institution, which shall not go against the teacher and their involvement in research and other allied activities. So nowadays, teachers are facing problem to get collaboration from external source also. They are always working within the four walls. They don't have any exposure at all towards outsider for the want of cooperation from the management. There is a need of the hour. Once again, the continuing education for the law teachers, and to infuse it to them to do research work. Appropriate means must be devised so that law teacher can go to the law courts, government specialized departments, and other legal institutions to get practical experience. And with this experience, knowledge, and proficiency, they can make use of this research and law teaching in a very good way. Law teaching must especially, actually, the law teaching should definitely be socially relevant and justice oriented, which is also lacking nowadays. And law teaching has become a mechanical type nowadays, as I already told you. This has to be changed. So the challenges point of view, These are all the areas are there. It is a need of the hour to change all these things. With this information, I thank all for joining in this event and wish the Law and Justice Research Foundation to venture many more areas in the field of law and to get unimaginable length of success in their future endeavors. Last but not least, I am extremely happy to inform you all that I am also a Malayali hailing from Thiruvananthapuram. ഈ കൂടിക്കാഴ്ചയ്ക്ക് ഒരുക്കിയ LGRF ഭാരവാഹികൾക്ക് എന്റെ വിനീതമായ നന്ദികൾ രേഖപ്പെടുത്തുന്നു. എല്ലാവർക്കും നന്ദി. മറ്റൊരു കൂടിക്കാഴ്ചയിൽ നമുക്ക് വീണ്ടും കാണാം. താങ്ക് യു സോ മച്ച്.
Different news reported in Hindu, which I consider it has a constitutional importance. And the second issue reported by this Hindu, which is I think is a constitutional